My name is Rob Gonsalves. I'm originally from Toronto, Canada. I'm an artist working in a style that I like to refer to as magic realism. Having a magical element in the composition, making it look convincing as if it could happen in 3 dimensions. Sort of focusing on that believable, realistic aspect is something that has developed over time. An illusion is a device that I use to try and create the magical effect. I'm always trying to develop concepts that have an expression of imagination or a sense of wonder or a sense of magic. There are moments of real magic. It's just something that is part of life and you have to be open to it, but it's there. Drawing was something that I always loved doing as a kid. There is a lot of planning involved before I start painting on canvas. The early part of a painting is just developing the concept, just thinking about what kind of subject matter I would like to try and pursue, and sort of doodling rough sketches. And once I decide what the initial concept is, I spend a lot of time doing preparatory drawings. Probably about 60% of the time is in that drawing preparation stage. When I sort that all out, I get it to a point where I have a drawing that shows all of the important elements drawn in outline, and I transfer that onto the canvas. It's usually about 3 weeks to do the painting part, which is relatively short compared to the planning part, but it's kind of the most enjoyable part because it's more intuitive. I don't have to agonize about decisions. I started doing my first paintings when I was a teenager. I think it was the moment when I realized that creating a painting from my imagination seemed to create a window into another world. Realizing that that's something that I could achieve, that was the moment where I really felt excited by it. And I just went for 1 year of art college at the Ontario College of Art in Toronto. Went back to school for architecture, and I actually worked full-time in architecture for about 5 years. That's one of the reasons why you'll see a lot of architectural subject matter in my paintings. A widow's walk is a feature on a building, a common type of design element that you see in the Northeast near the Atlantic Ocean. And if the fisherman in a family was late returning from sea, his wife would be up on the roof to get a higher vantage point to see the horizon, waiting for the boats to return. It's kind of a romantic device that signifies people would lose their lives at sea. It's an architectural device that suggests this sort of tragic, but at the same time kind of romantic sensibility. And it's one of the things that inspires me about old buildings is when you see these sorts of things. I wanted to do a painting that connected with that sense of romance and longing and the connection to the sea. The conception of this painting was a little bit different compared to some of the others. I felt like it almost needed the element of time to it, almost like it could have been part of a short film. And in fact, I've actually executed a couple of paintings based on this concept, which occur in what you could imagine would be a few moments where you would come across this scene coming up onto the roof. There's another painting where I've done it where it moves on to another point of view. The balustrades that seem to be morphing in the first painting, the light and the shadow that is elsewhere in the image is doing the same sort of magical transformation. I never thought about how my work might resonate with people in different countries, and I find that people of all different cultures feel the work that I do really resonates with them, and it's a lot more universal than I might have imagined it would be, and that's been very gratifying. Liken it to the feeling that one might have when one's child goes out to make its way in the world and try and have a good influence out in the world and be appreciated and loved by others. It's very much that kind of feeling. I'd like to thank everyone for appreciating my work and listening to what I have to say about it.